Hello, beautiful shining souls. My name is Justine, intuitive life guide from the Philippines. Welcome to my channel. So, we're back with episode 2 of our brand new season, the Free to Be Me series. And, I was thinking, well, yeah, free to be me, but who is this me that we're talking about, right? And I've been contemplating about this for the past few days. Well, actually, I've been contemplating about this for like ever. One of the biggest questions I had growing up is who am I? Why am I here? And why am I still alive? And that led me to this beautiful personal growth journey. And that has been my drive and also the intrinsic motivation for me ever since I could remember. I've never been one to, and I'm saying this with, you know, all the humility. But really, I don't really think about, what I want to be career wise, like in a professional way, like even in relationships. Like those are not my priorities. And I love it for myself. But of course, if someone is 100% focused on that and not thinking about the other, areas in life, it's a little challenging. I think I've shared before for those who have been following me. Like I don't, I feel like I don't have my life figured out. Like I don't have anything to show for. If I could earn every time I am contemplating about life, like I'd be no doubt a billionaire right now. Like, but anyway, just something to break the ice, I guess. But seriously, so those are the things that are really, you know, um, yeah, what I'm where I am coming from as I share or as I go through this exploration of this new series that we are in right now. And there will be a lot of things that I will be sharing, things I've been contemplating about. But let me start with this. Yeah. Like who is this me? And my intention here is really, I'm not here to, convince you of seeing things my way first and foremost. And also this is not to go philosophical or whatever. I'm not coming in here as an expert or authority. Like these are just things that I've been contemplating about and really things that I'm curious about, and I don't know if this will be of interest of you, but why I'm sharing this is because I don't know if you can relate, but you know how it feels like, I don't know if you're feeling this way as well. Like there are different parts of you, right? Different parts of you, and it feels like there is a battle going on inside of you, right? Like there are things that you'd want to do, but then you yourself are your biggest block, right? Like you're criticizing yourself, you're um sabotaging your progress and all that. And yet there's a part of you that knows what you need to do, right? And there's a part of you that, okay, it's time to change. It's time to, do things differently. And it's a constant battle. It feels like a constant battle within. And maybe there is also that sense of, you know what, like I don't like this part of myself, like I oh, I hate this part of me, and if only I could like just forget about that. Right. And I have gone through that phase before, right? Especially during the early stages of my journey. It felt like there is that constant battle between the old version of me and the new version of me. And I remember when I was in college, yeah, we were doing a retreat, and we have one of our activities there is we were given the lyrics for reflection from Mulan, and then we were asked to highlight the lines that really struck us, that we really resonate with. Um, yeah, and and if I could just highlight all the lines from that lyrics, like that is actually one of my anthems, life anthems before. And whenever I'm feeling the need to um back to who I truly am. Like I go sing that song, whenever I feel like I've forgotten who I am or got confused about like what the how am I doing? And I just belt that song out. But anyway, like it feels like there are different parts of me and that I'm wearing a mask and that there's this version of me that is only known to me and there is this version of myself that I put out, show the world, and there's another version of me that wants to be, the better version or the best version that becoming, that wants to be birthed and expressed in the world. And so in going through that, you know, as I become more intentional or became more intentional with my personal growth journey, the process for me has been okay, there is this old version of me, there is this new version of me, a better version of me, and I need to kill the old version of me so that I can fully embody this new version of me. And it worked, it worked. And I think I've written a song about that. But anyway. But the process of the transition period was long and it was full of grieving for who I was, and then trying to become who I am. There's this constant battle of this, choosing to show up as this new version of me. But then as I continue on my journey, I realized that, I mean, it's great, it works, but as I go deeper and really get to know myself and really peel away those layers, I realized that, you know what, maybe it doesn't have to be a battle. Doesn't have to be a battle. I think the bigger call is for us to love the wholeness of ourselves, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, the light, the dark, and everything in between. So there's no denying parts of ourselves, there's no rejecting parts of ourselves. They're all honored, they're all witnessed, they're all accepted, and they're all loved. It's recognizing that deep within, I can be this evil person. I can do this evil thing, this unthinkable thing. That part of me lives within me. And how do I know that that part exists? It's because those are the parts that I strongly react to outside of myself, meaning, the things that trigger me from other people, things that really, oh, that person, oh. And I don't know, it could be right, could be wrong, but just for me personally, like there's this recognition of, yeah, whatever I despised, whatever I don't like in another person, whatever triggers me, it's not about the other person, it's about me, something within me that wants to be recognized. And it doesn't mean that I have to be that whatever it is. It just means that it lives within me. And if I can accept and honor and love that part of me, then I can also accept, honor, and love that part in others. And it's such a profound way of being in this world. It's the closest that I can think of when we hear about unconditional love. You know, um, it's really that. And when I started going through that, you know, it's not perfect. I'm not perfect with that, of course, but I'm still a work in progress. But once I started doing that with the small things, with the things like, for example, being lazy, unmotivated, lying, cheating, being disrespectful and and selfish, recognizing those parts exist within me. And so I also still not good, but I understand where the other person is coming from, and I encounter that with other people, and so there's no like intense hate or anger towards another. But yeah, it what did it do? It gave me that first sense of inner peace within myself, because I don't, whenever I fall into those bad habits, whenever I go and for some reason I do something that is not good, right? I did something that I don't normally do and doesn't align with my higher values, then I can give myself more grace. Doesn't mean that, I am condoning the action, but I can witness it and try to understand what happened. Why am I reacting this way? Right. And from there, I can, be more gracious and forgiving and come from a space of love versus punishing myself. And I think that's the more expansive route. Um, and it's easier to be more of us, So there's that. And then there's also that sense of peace outside of myself, because it it's like it doesn't matter what is happening outside of me. It doesn't matter how other people are showing up, what other people are doing. It doesn't bother me, right? Like it's just that sense of like I don't care. Not in an apathetic way, although sometimes I'm worrying that I'm too apathetic. And I've become jaded. I hope not. But it's more of like it doesn't bother me because it's not about me anymore. Like whatever is going through, like however they're reacting, like it doesn't have anything to do with me. There's something happening within them. And yeah, I can, not that I will, be go out of my way and be accommodating their however they're acting, but it's more of like, okay, not I can choose. I mean, I can choose not to engage with that person and be on my merry way. Um, and so there's that piece, right? So yeah. And so what I'm what I'm seeing now is that, before it feels like peeling away the layers, right? Peeling away the layers. Well, at the very first, like there's this different version of me, right? Separate from myself. And when another version is wanting to be birthed, then I will have to, just to give you the picture, right? Like again, kill the old version and bury that older version to the ground and let them rest in peace, right? Then the next phase is like peeling away the layers until, I can discover the core, the essence of me. But now I'm seeing it as more of like it's a combination of, how a flower blooms, right? So the petals are being like they're opening up, right? Not necessarily falling away. They're still part of the flower. And once they're fully bloomed, then you're able to see the flower in its glorious beauty. And at the same time, it's like, the acorn and the oak tree, as the acorn grows into this beautiful tree, right? There's all this potential mm, growing within and that fullness as you continue on the journey, as we continue on this journey. We're growing, we're growing, we're growing. Our branches become longer, sturdier, the leaves, the roots, the trunk, and all that. And if something doesn't, we're not really liking it, like we can just cut them away. But they're still there because it can still grow, right? In the core, right? Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking of a different way to picture it in my mind, but for now, it's like that. So why am I sharing this? I don't know, like for me, it's helping me to see because of previous versions, right? Having to kill something, killing a part of ourselves. There's still that sense of separateness from within. And I'm all about right now, the journey has been, wholeness and oneness. And so I'm doing this ritual of calling back all my power, all my energy, all my magic, all parts of me. And when you call back all parts of you, like all parts of you, right? whether that's good or bad or not, whatever, right? And so we're calling that back. And it's up to us moment to moment to choose how we want to show up, right? We can choose, and sometimes we don't get to choose because we just react mindlessly, right? And that's okay. We can still, you know, if whenever we caught ourselves, we can choose to do better. And having that energy, that approach to relating with myself, it it is more, again, it's more loving. It's just, I feel like it's coming from that space of unconditional love. And if I can give that to myself, then I can also give that to others. Again, not perfectly, um, because there's still that, oh, we're so human, but we're on our way to that, right? So yeah, I. Mhm. So who is this me? It's not really, I don't know, like we're different parts. It's like a stained glass or puzzle pieces coming together to form this one big picture. That's how I'm seeing it, right? Like we're different, like there's a composite of different parts and versions of ourselves, but not just in this lifetime, but also from different lifetimes, if you believe in that. And also, the versions of ourselves, the potential that is within us, and also the past versions and who we are in this moment, and who we can choose to become. And everything lives within, right? And so it's, I don't know, was this me? Like, at the end of the day, we really don't know. I mean, even with the different astrological charts, birth charts, or personality types, like they are helpful, right? In to an extent. But at the end of the day, we get to choose who is this me, right? And for me, at this time, this is me. And it could change in the future, but I will rest for now. I don't know if this is helpful. I hope it is. It is, let me know. Um, but I want to end this episode with a an oracle card that I pulled for the collective for this episode, and I got a yes card. So if you pulled this card in response to a question, know that the yes is an answer to you. But really, this is yes to choosing for you and never against you. Yes to listening to the joy, the heart expansion, and the overflowing from within choice, and denying the rest. Trust yourself to know that there's a place within you that already has all the answers. Choose from that place, act from that place. Move through life as much as possible, connected to that inner yes to yourself, and all will unfold as if by magic. Mm. So I hope that has been helpful. Um, and I want to leave you with this question: to what can you exclaim a resounding yes? So, something for you to reflect on this coming week. I hope that you are able to receive the message that you need to hear at this time. If you find this helpful, let me know. And please feel free to share with people you think may benefit from this as well. And if you have any questions, my contact details are in the description box. And I'm not sure when the next episode will be, but stay tuned and watch out. Peace, love, and light.